Marcus Aurelius was the most powerful man in the world, emperor of Rome, controlled armies, immeasurable treasures, had everything money could buy. Seneca was one of the richest men in Rome, advisor to the emperor, owner of properties throughout the empire. And both followed the same philosophy, Stoicism. But here's the kicker. They didn't use Stoicism despite their wealth. They used Stoicism to create and maintain wealth. And there are principles from this 2,000-year-old philosophy that, if you apply today, will completely transform your financial game. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the Stoics thought about money and how you can use this ancient wisdom to prosper in the modern world. Ready for this time travel? Let's start with the first Stoic principle that changes everything, the dichotomy of control. The Stoics divided the world into two categories: things you control and things you don't control. And they were obsessive about focusing only on what they could control. Applied to money, it works like this. You don't control the economy, don't control inflation, don't control crises, don't control if your boss is going to fire you, don't control if the client is going to buy. But you control your mindset, your actions, your decisions, your effort, how you react to situations. Most people waste time and energy worrying about what they can't control. And that's not just useless. It drains your energy to act on what you can actually change. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Translating to finances, stop complaining about the economy and start controlling your financial decisions. This shift in focus alone puts you ahead of 90% of people. Second Stoic lesson, amor fati, which means love of fate. It's not conformism. It's not passive acceptance. It's transforming every obstacle into opportunity. The Stoics believed that everything that happens can be used in your favor if you change your perspective. Lost your job? Opportunity to find something better or start a business. Business failed? Valuable lesson that'll make you stronger for the next one. Investment went wrong? Experience that teaches you to evaluate risk better. You know that phrase, the obstacle is the way? Pure Stoicism. Every financial problem you face isn't in your way, it is the way. It's the opportunity for you to develop the skills necessary to prosper. And if you're digging this combination of ancient philosophy with modern finance, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more wisdom coming. Third principle, virtue above all. For the Stoics, the only truly valuable thing was virtue. Wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Money was classified as a preferred indifferent. Preferable to have than not have, but it's not what defines your value as a person. This might seem contradictory in a video about financial success, but it's actually the secret. When you stop idolizing money and focus on developing virtues, you become the person who naturally attracts prosperity. Why? Because wisdom makes you make better decisions. Courage makes you take calculated risks. Justice makes you build relationships of trust. Temperance prevents you from doing stupid things with the money you earn. Seneca had a fortune but lived relatively simply. He wrote, "It is not the man who has too little that is poor, but the one who craves more." This doesn't mean living in misery. It means you pursue wealth as a tool to live well, not as a final goal that's going to make you happy. This mental shift eliminates anxiety, greed, and desperate decisions that destroy wealth. Fourth Stoic principle, memento mori, remember that you will die. Morbid? No, liberating. When you truly internalize that your time is limited, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. You become more focused, more decisive, more strategic. In the financial area, memento mori means stop procrastinating. That course you want to take, that business you want to start, that career change you want to make, how long are you going to wait? The Stoics lived each day as if it were their last, not in a hedonistic way, but with intense purpose. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could be good to yourself right now if you lived in the present, but you prefer to look to the future without realizing that both the future and the past are built by the present." Practical application. Stop planning eternally and start acting. Your financial future is being built by the actions you take today. Fifth principle, premeditate adversity. The Stoics did a mental exercise called premeditatio malorum, which is imagining the worst things that can happen. Not to get anxious, but to prepare yourself psychologically and practically. Applied to finances. What happens if you lose your job tomorrow? What if your main source of income dries up? What if you have an expensive medical emergency? What if the economy goes into recession? Instead of avoiding these thoughts, you face them and prepare. Create an emergency fund. Diversify income sources. Develop valued skills. Reduce fixed costs. Seneca periodically practiced living like a poor person for a few days. Ate simple food, wore basic clothes, slept on the floor. Why? To realize that poverty wasn't as scary as it seemed and that he could survive if he lost everything. This removed the paralyzing fear that prevents many people from taking necessary risks. You don't need to sleep on the floor, but you can do the mental exercise. If I lost everything tomorrow, how would I survive? What skills do I have? What work could I do? Where could I live? When you realize you can survive the worst-case scenario, you become much braver in your financial decisions. Sixth principle, focus on process, not outcome. The Stoics were obsessive about doing their part perfectly and detached from the final result. You don't control the outcome, you only control your effort and your actions. In the financial area, this is gold. You don't control if you're going to become a millionaire, but you control if you're going to study finances every day. Don't control if your business is going to explode, but control if you're going to work with excellence on it. Don't control the market, but control your discipline to invest consistently. This mindset eliminates frustration and keeps you focused on the long term. While everyone's obsessed with quick results and getting frustrated, you're focused on improving 1% per day, knowing that the result is a natural consequence of a well-executed process. And look, if you're still here with me absorbing these timeless principles, go ahead and drop that like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Seventh principle, voluntary discomfort. The Stoics believed in voluntarily putting themselves in uncomfortable situations to strengthen character. Enduring cold, hunger, strenuous exercise, taking cold showers. The idea was to train resilience. For finances, voluntary discomfort means have those difficult conversations you're avoiding. Ask for that raise, negotiate that price, make that sales call. Face that financial spreadsheet you're avoiding. Start that project that scares you. Every time you do something uncomfortable voluntarily, you expand your comfort zone. And financial prosperity always requires you to leave your comfort zone. The more you train this, the easier it gets. Eighth principle, constant gratitude. The Stoics practiced gratitude not as a moral obligation, but as a happiness strategy. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." When you practice gratitude for what you already have, you operate from abundance, not scarcity, and this completely changes your decisions. You don't act out of desperation. You don't accept just anything. You don't sell yourself cheap. You make decisions from a position of strength because you already recognize you have a lot. And there's a powerful side effect. Gratitude eliminates envy and comparison, which are two of the biggest wealth destroyers. While you're grateful for your process, you're not spending money you don't have to impress people who don't even care about you. Ninth principle, intentional simplicity. The Stoics were minimalists before minimalism was cool, not because they were poor, but because they understood that unnecessary complexity drains energy and attention. Seneca had several properties but spent most of his time in a simple villa studying and writing. He knew that more possessions mean more worries, more maintenance, more distraction from what really matters. Applied today. You don't need a giant wardrobe, an expensive car, a huge house to be happy or successful. Everything you own owns you back. The simpler your lifestyle, the lower your need for money, the greater your freedom, the more you can invest and build real wealth. 10th principle, teach and contribute. The Stoics believed that no one prospers alone and that we have an obligation to help others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee." for finances. Share knowledge, teach what you've learned, help others grow. This not only makes you solidify your own knowledge, but creates a network of value around you. The richest people I know are the most generous with knowledge. So let's recap. The Stoic wisdom for financial success. Focus on what you control, transform obstacles into opportunities, develop virtues instead of idolizing money, act with urgency, remembering mortality, prepare for the worst, focus on process not outcome, embrace discomfort, practice gratitude, simplify your life and contribute to others. This 2,000-year-old philosophy remains relevant because it's based on human nature, and human nature doesn't change. The same principles that made Marcus Aurelius and Seneca prosper work today. The difference is that most people ignore this wisdom in search of quick hacks that don't exist. Here's my Stoic challenge for you. Pick 3 principles from this list and apply them intensely for the next 90 days. Could be dichotomy of control, voluntary discomfort and gratitude, or amor fati, simplicity and focus on process. You choose, but truly commit. And keep a Stoic journal. Every day, write, what's in my control today? What am I grateful for? What discomfort will I embrace? What virtue will I practice? This keeps you connected to the principles and accelerates your transformation. After 90 days, come back here and comment what changed in your financial life and your mindset. I want to know if this ancient philosophy worked for you in the modern world. If you want more content about philosophy applied to finances, I've got videos about Stoicism, Buddhism, Taoism, and how each of these traditions can make you more prosperous. It's all here on the channel. Drop that if you loved this combination of ancient wisdom with practical modern application. Subscribe to the channel to keep getting content that truly transforms, not just entertains. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any powerful principle, and share this with that person who needs a deeper perspective on money. Comment below. Which Stoic principle resonated most with you? Dichotomy of control? Amor fati? Memento mori? I want to know which one hit hard. Remember, the Stoics weren't special people. They were people who chose to live according to timeless principles. You can make the same choice today. And when you do, financial prosperity stops being a struggle and becomes a natural consequence of a well-lived life. As Seneca would say, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. You just received the philosophical preparation. Now, it's about recognizing and seizing the opportunities already around you. Thank you so much for staying here with me on this journey through Stoic wisdom. I'll see you in the next video, and may you prosper with virtue, purpose, and wisdom.